You really need to be a bad photographer to click a bad picture from the Vivo X300 Ultra. For the longest time, recommending a flagship phone was honestly very easy for me. If somebody asked me what phone to buy, I would almost instantly say either Samsung or Apple. Safe choices, reliable cameras, great software, no risk. But after using the Vivo X300 Ultra, I genuinely think that answer has changed a little because this phone is absurdly good. Hello everyone, I'm Ania for Digit and this is my review of the Vivo X300 Ultra. Let's go. At first I thought the Vivo X300 Ultra would just be another great camera smartphone because let's be honest, Vivo has been good at making cameras for a while now. But somewhere during testing, I realized how my crew has started reaching for this phone over an actual camera for clicking photos. And that is something that really happens here at Digit. Basically, the Vivo X300 Ultra doesn't feel like a smartphone with really good cameras. It feels like a proper camera system that also happens to be an excellent flagship smartphone. And honestly, the biggest reason is confidence. You point the camera at something, click the shutter, and most of the time, the phone just gets it right. That is what impressed me the most. Because these days, almost every flagship phone can take good photos in good light. The challenge is consistency, and this thing right here is ridiculously consistent. Even the regular auto mode does such a good job that most people probably won't even need to touch pro mode. But if you enjoy doing a lot of photography on your phone, Vivo has gone all in here. You get proper manual controls, you can shoot videos in log. In fact, you can turn this thing into a mini professional setup if you want to. And then, my friend, is the zoom. Usually zoom in smartphone cameras sounds impressive on paper, but the one on the Vivo X300 Ultra is actually usable in real life. You zoom in and somehow there's still detail left in the image. Even at night, the phone handles zoom surprisingly well. But portraits is where this phone feels genuinely special. You get multiple focal lengths here, 35mm, 85mm, 170mm, and even 230mm. I constantly found myself switching between them depending on the mood of the shot. 35mm became my favorite for casual, natural-looking photos. 85mm gives you that proper DSLR-style portrait look. And the longer focal lengths create this dramatic, compressed look that honestly looks stunning sometimes. But the real magic is in the processing. Skin tone looks natural, background separation looks clean, the phone doesn't aggressively over-process faces, and the photos just have character. That's honestly the best way I can describe it. And the same thing applies to regular photos too. Excellent dynamic range, sharp details, reliable colors, but again, the main thing is consistency. You stop worrying whether the shot came out good or not. You just shoot. And honestly, Vivo has built a whole camera ecosystem around the X300 Ultra. There's the optional teleconverter kit with 200mm and 400mm lenses. There's a whole freaking shooting rig. In fact, you can directly shoot from the phone in this mode called cinematic style, getting you a clean, wide film-like feel, but again, shot directly from the phone. And in doing all of this, I genuinely started looking at smartphone cameras differently.
I ain't tryna prove nothing, I've been first from early. Whole team pattern, clean like jerseys. Talk on the net, but they move too wordy. I just run laps when they get done dirty. I don't chase trends, I set them facts.
Because yes, a professional camera is still better overall. But phones like the X300 Ultra are getting dangerously close in some situations. Even the video recording this year feels massively improved. The 4K 120 FPS video quality is some of the best I've seen on a smartphone. Shooting in log again gives you the creative freedom to play around with the look and feel of the video in post. Of course, stabilization is solid, colors remain consistent, dynamic range is excellent, and most importantly, the footage feels reliable, which matters a lot if you actually shoot videos regularly. But usually what surprised me most is that when brands focus this hard on cameras, the rest of the smartphone starts feeling secondary. That doesn't happen here. Alright, the Vivo X300 Ultra still feels like a complete flagship. The design immediately feels premium. Yes, the camera module is huge, and yes, the phone is slightly top heavy, you absolutely notice it, but somehow it still feels surprisingly comfortable in hand. The matte finish at the back feels great. The frame has slightly curved edges so it doesn't dig into your fingers, and overall the phone just feels expensive. That's honestly the best way to put it. You also get IP68 and IP69 ratings, USB-C 3.2, and IR blaster, and one of the fastest ultrasonic fingerprint scanners I have used on a phone. Even the haptics are excellent. Every vibration feels tight and premium. Then there's the display, and this is easily one of the best smartphone displays I have used this year. It's a massive 6.82-inch LTPO AMOLED panel with 2K resolution and 144Hz refresh rate, and everything looks fantastic on it. Colors are vibrant without looking fake. Blacks are deep. HDR content looks amazing, and the brightness outdoors is honestly crazy. Watching videos on this phone is genuinely a great experience. The stereo speakers are also loud and full sounding without becoming harsh. Performance wise, there's honestly nothing to complain about. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, 16GB RAM, 512GB storage, and the phone absolutely flies. Animations are smooth, apps open instantly, RAM management is excellent, gaming performance is also really solid. BGMI and Call of Duty Mobile run beautifully at 120 FPS, and even though the phone does heat up during heavy camera usage, it never reaches that point where it feels unusable, which honestly I can't say for every flagship smartphone. Software was another pleasant surprise for me. Origin OS 6 has actually become one of my favorite Android skins right now, and the reason is simple. Most features here actually feel useful. Things like app cloning, private space, screen translation, AI captions, these are features people genuinely use in daily life. The software also feels fast and polished overall, and then there's the battery life, which is honestly ridiculous. The 6600 mAh battery just keeps going. Even with the camera usage, heavy camera usage, this phone comfortably lasts a full day and then some more. And the charging is super quick too. 100 watt wired charging, 40 watt wireless charging, and Vivo still includes the charger in the box, so there is that. Honestly, after spending enough time with this phone, I kept trying to find one major weakness, something big enough that would stop me from recommending it, and I genuinely struggled. Because this phone isn't just about having a great camera, it's about how complete the whole experience feels. Great cameras, excellent battery, flagship performance, reliable battery life, premium design, useful software features. It genuinely nails almost everything, and that is why I think the Vivo X300 Ultra is one of the best flagship phones you can buy right now. Not just one of the best camera phones, one of the best smartphones period. And honestly, I think Samsung and Apple now have real competition on their hands, because the Vivo X300 Ultra doesn't just compete anymore, it sets the benchmark. Thank you for watching.